Alright guys, how we doing? Welcome to the first episode of the podcast. It's been, it's been something that I've wanted to do for a long time, to help people, people are maybe going through, a tough time, want to know the honest side of, running, athletics, life, business. I just want to start something and just see where it leads. Sort of throwing a stone in the water and making ripples and just see where it goes, because there's a lot of people out there that want me to, tell my story, tell my journey, what I do for training, what I do for work, how I got there, how I got from, wherever to here. And I wanted to start it in the new year, but, you know, the Monday people and the New Year people don't usually keep to their word. They, there's higher chance actually of Monday people and New Year people that start their New Year's resolutions or their goals on a Monday, they actually quit within a couple of weeks or a couple of months. But the people who just start whenever, whether it's a Thursday, the 2nd or 22nd of December, they usually keep it going because they don't need a reason to start. It's within them that they start. So there's maybe rule number one. I'm starting a podcast on the 29th of December, before the new year, before the 1st of the 1st, 2020, because I don't want to have that reason of, the 1st of the 1st, I'm going to start my New Year's resolutions or whatever. And lately it is, I'm going to stop because of the reason of the clean slate. So yeah, and also I've not been really that active on social media either. Why, people are asking, is because after the marathon, my feel like my self-esteem, my self-confidence, my self-worth, even my grooming. You kind of see it just now, but yeah, you've asked my wife. I feel as if I've let myself go a wee bit. I've just, after the disappointment, it's been hard to take. So yeah, even people who feel like they're the strongest mentally and physically, still have up days and down days, and I'm just going through a bit of a down time. So it's been hard, but I feel like if I let people in on this, they won't feel alone. I don't want you to feel alone who's listening to this right now, knowing that maybe you might be going through a hard time or a dark time right now, maybe for the past week, day, month, year, but at some point, if you're trying hard enough, it's going to end. If you're trying to get out of that situation, if you're trying to get out of that dark place, that hard place, that suffering, it will end. I don't know when it'll end. There's never a definitive time, but if you're working hard, there's no way that something's going to last, be bad for so long. So my advice to that is just stay in the fight every day. Stay in the fight because that's life. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a roller coaster. You've got to ride the wave. Some days you're going to be up. Some days you're going to be down. Some days you're going to be super motivated, and some days you're not. But behind motivation comes discipline, and discipline's what pulls you through to make the things happen and get you out of the funk that you're in or the suffering that you're in. Whether that be that you want to achieve something, you can't just keep doing something when you're motivated because basically you're going to hardly get it done. You need the discipline there to keep you going when the motivation isn't there. So for me, motivation has been extremely low after the marathon, but the discipline's been there. Even when I don't want to do something, I still drag my backside to the gym, do a cycle, or I'll drag myself out for a run, go a couple of miles, just to, keep the demons at bay, keep my head right, clear my head, and, get to work afterwards and just feel a wee bit mentally, a wee bit clearer. So yeah, I think a lot of people are asking, what happened with the marathon, and what did happen with the marathon. Well, what didn't happen with the marathon actually. We're 4:30 in, so let's get right into it. I've done my intro, why I want to do this, why I want to help myself. If I talk about it, I can maybe start to go over it, and if I can talk about it to you guys, then maybe you can see that some people at any level are going through some sort of shit time. It's not just yourself who's listening to this. Everybody goes through a shit time. Everybody. So stop thinking you're the victim, stiffen up the upper lip, and have the discipline when the motivation isn't there to get after it. Discipline will help get you through. How I say that to my clients and I say that to everybody else is motivation is a firework. Just a firework in the sky that goes off for a couple of seconds or a minute and it's gone, it's vanished. Discipline is a candle. It will burn and burn and burn until you don't want it to, until you want to blow it out. So you need to make sure that sometimes you need the firework there because it will ignite the fire to get the candle started. But if you don't have the discipline, if you don't have the candle burning away in the background, that's boring and isn't as flamboyant, but does make the big things happen, right? So that's how I kind of look at it, sort of in a visionary way. Firework is a motivation. It will last a short time. It's very, very powerful, but the candle is actually basically the thing in the background that never gets any sort of admiration and adulation in this day and age when everybody's posting about how great they are and how amazing everything is. Yeah, it's great when everything's great, but it's shit when everything's shit. You need that candle there behind you, backing you up when things aren't going your way, but the discipline's still there to keep you going. So, the marathon, I'm going to be honest with you, I absolutely fucking hated the marathon. I hated it. I hated the build up. I hated the training. I hated doing it mostly on my own. I'll say mostly on my own. There was one of my good friends, Martin Hayes, and then also on a Sunday I had a good group of guys that I'd meet up with and we'd go a run together as well, but that would be kind of few and far between. But there was one guy that came out cycle beside me, passed me my drinks and stuff. I can't thank him enough. Yeah, Martin Hayes, great guy. So I thought everybody telling me that I would love the marathon because I love the mileage and I love the intensity, but it just maybe it might be different if I had a training group that I could run with. Maybe, I don't know. But the way it was, I hated it. Feeling sort of isolated, lonely, exhausted, mentally and physically. Also, still having a full-time job. Now remember this, people who are full-time athletes could maybe cope, doing everything on their own because they get to rest, they get to mentally recharge. I have to go to work and work for anywhere between 7, 8, 9, 10 hours of clients back to back to back with a little break in the middle to then go another run and have something to eat, or flip it around, eat, then have heartburn and then go another run while I've got heartburn and while I'm exhausted from maybe the 12, 15, 16, 17 mile morning session. I still go and do a 4, 5, 6 mile run at night. And that's hard when you're also trying to be there for everybody else. You're trying to motivate your clients who maybe aren't motivated. You're trying to get them into the zone. You're trying to, conjure up conversation. So mentally, sometimes it would be lovely if there was somebody there that would maybe take the pressure off of me, so then I could just run beside somebody, behind somebody. Just that bit of comfort to know that somebody's there. We're in the grind together. But I didn't have that for the majority of the training, so maybe that's why I didn't enjoy the marathon as such. People may be listening to this and thinking, oh Sean, you're a pussy, man up. I done it this, and that, good on you. But like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's got a different optimal environment. Some people thrive off 10, 12, 15 people being round them during a training day, like in America. I hated that, but also I hate being on my own. So my happy medium is where when I was back in Terrington, maybe training with 1 or 2 people at a time, a group of 3, group of 4 max. That felt good, that was where I felt my optimal environment was, and that's where I got in 2015 my optimal results. So you know you've got to find where your perfect scenario is. So yeah, as a full time worker, trying to fit in the marathon training has been really hard, and you know that comes with living day by day, absolutely exhausted, want to spend an extra 20-30 minutes in bed, but you know that's your coffee time to get caffeinated up and then head out the door. So as a I've done the marathon, it didn't go to plan. The reason it didn't go to plan was because I caught a chest infection about 7 days out from it, and had a coughing fit on the Saturday before the race on the Sunday. Started coughing up some like blood in my mucus, so I went to the pharmacy in Spain. My marathon was in Valencia, so I was over there and went to the pharmacy, asked them about what's up with me. They told me to go to the clinic, the 24-hour, like basically Britain's A&E, and showed them the tissue with the mucus that I coughed up. They took my E111 card, whatever it is, my passport, documents, gave me a ticket, sat down, and they took a stethoscope in my chest, heard that it was crackling, heard that it was bubbly, took me for an x-ray, kind of like sort of stopped on my head and was like, whoa, how much is this going to cost me? You know, because in America, that's going to cost a shit ton of money. That's going to cost like £1,000 or $1,000, whatever it is. So the nurse and the doctor laughed at me, told me it's not going to cost me anything. So I decided, I was like, right, okay. Went for my x-ray, saw that I had mucus plugging at the bottom of my lungs and my alveoli, and they put me on 3 times 15-minute nebulizer with salbutamol and oxygen to try and sort of break it all up, get me breathing clearer. Took blood from my artery, took blood from my vein, just make sure I didn't have any like sort of other infection in the blood, just besides they said bronchiostasis, so I think that's one up from bronchitis. Also got a prednisone IV, also just to try and calm everything down, calm my immune system down and help me breathe, because basically they said my asthma was critical because my peak flow was at 370 or something like that, when usually it's about 550 to 600. So I was in a pretty bad way. I was in a pretty bad state. Even my coach and some of the athletes that he coaches were over as well, and they could tell that I wasn't actually. They knew that I didn't sound healthy. I was coughing. I would sort of keep my lips nice and tight, so I would show no sort of illness or weakness. They advised me completely against running the marathon the next day. I was in the hospital till 9:30 at night. I went in about 5:30 in the afternoon, early evening. Went in 5:30, get discharged at about 9:45 on the Saturday. Tried to sort of Google, any supermarkets that were open, because I had no breakfast for the next day, super unprepared, and also I had no dinner. But because I got about 9:45, I was thinking, if I had a meal, I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. If I had a meal, would that sit in my tummy and keep me awake for a couple of hours? So all this sort of panic running through my head. I was still, even though they told me, advised me in big black writing in the papers they gave me, all the documents and stuff that they gave me, so I could take them back to the NHS. I was still adamant I was going to run. Done all that training, done all that hard work, and I still wanted to run. So I went out, tried to find a supermarket. Everything was closing at 10. Didn't go to a restaurant, so for dinner I had 2 slices of toast and jam with a banana and a bottle of Morton. Just carved me up buttercup, and then I went to bed about 12, 12:30. I still couldn't get to sleep because the salbutamol that they gave me, the amount they gave me, had me like so jittery and wired. I think that's one of the side effects from salbutamol, to be honest. So I couldn't get to sleep till about 12:30, 1:15. Tried to listen to an audiobook to just try to take my mind off things and send me to sleep. and then my alarm went off at 5 a.m. Went to the elite hotel to grab breakfast because I had nothing in the house. So I drove the car over, praying that the roads weren't shut yet because the hotel was about 2 miles, 3 miles away from where I was staying. Drove over there, parked on the road, and went in and got a good few cups of coffee in me to try and stimulate the body, and then off I went. And the first 10 miles were amazing. I was on for 2:17, 2:16. I thought, you know what, this is going to be a good day actually. I'm going to prove the doctors wrong. Another half mile in, they proved right. I got a stitch. My breathing went really bad. I couldn't get it under control, probably because I had bronchial stasis. I couldn't catch my breath anymore, and it was game over for me. And I did. I wanted to chuck it. I wanted to quit. I wanted to pull out. See my mile splits go down every time. From 5:15, 5:17 to 5:30, 5:45, 5:50, 5:55, just like quicksand. Sand through my fingers, just slipping through my fingers, and it was hard. Like, it really, I keep telling people this, but it really turned my soul inside out. Every single mile, I just wanted to chuck it and I just wanted to pull out. But the reason I didn't was because I knew that, putting that damage in my legs, putting that, mileage in my legs, the impact, I was going to need to do it. I'm going to do it again eventually. Like, I'm going to do London to sort of get my revenge back in the marathon. I was going to do it one way or another, so I may as well just, shut it down, call it a day, swallow my pride, swallow my ego, and just run it in. And it was quite funny. I met a guy about 20 miles in, an English guy. He caught up with me and he spoke with me. He's like, "Having a bad day at the office, Fontana?" And you're in a bad. I'm in a bad state of mind. Like, I turn around and like sort of glare. Like, I'm thinking, obviously, what the fuck do you think? Obviously, like, fuck me. I'm running 6 minute mile pace when I was wanting to run fucking 5:15s. Obviously, I didn't tell him that. I was kind of polite. I said to him, yeah, like, I got a bad stitch and I can't regulate my breathing anymore. And obviously, I didn't tell him the whole shindig what I'm telling you guys, because I was struggling just to catch my breath at 6 minute mile pace. Never mind hold a full conversation with him. And he was saying he was on a bad day as well, and if we just run it in, just enjoy the rest of the way. But I really couldn't enjoy it because my breathing was so bad, my chest was so tight. Yeah, it was heartbreaking. And one thing I never told you is that I also never told my coach as well, which was probably a silly idea. I didn't tell my coach, who came all the way out to watch me race the marathon. I didn't tell him either. People are probably saying I'm stupid. People are probably asking why did I not tell him? One of the main reasons I didn't tell him was because I didn't want to scare him. Another reason is because I know he'd probably have gave me the option to pull out, and I literally, to the depths of my soul, I just did not want any excuse. If shit hit the fan, anybody to tell me to step off the course. That was probably, to be honest, that was probably the main reason. Like, the selfish one was because I knew when shit hit the fan, whether it be 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, there was going to be a voice at the side of the course saying, just stop, like, you're not healthy, just stop. And every fibre in my body just didn't want that to happen. Because when I saw Jeff at about mile 15 or 16, with 10 miles still to go, thinking, fuck this, this is still a long, long way to go. I saw them at the side and they just went, be tough, Sean, be tough, come on, be tough, just hang in there, just get it done, because he didn't know, what happened the night before. And I was out a run this morning with one of my mates, Alan. I'm just getting back into running. I've had a little Achilles niggle as well. Trying to get back too early to rewrite my wrong in the marathon. Silly me, never learn. I was out 6.5 miles this morning. You can check it on my Strava. Sunday the 29th of December. You want to put tips on me? Tag me. He was like, "This is the reason why I'm so tough, but also so silly. There's just that wee bit inside me that just will never learn. And so he said it's a compliment and also, not an insult as such, but just like, a check. He's checking me. He's telling me, you don't always need to be that way. Sometimes being soft isn't being soft. It's actually being smart. And every year I'm getting smarter. I am, but there's still that bit inside of me that's fucking crazy, and will do, like I'm telling you now, some crazy shit where you think that maybe you see me on Instagram and you think, oh, this guy's got his shit together, this guy's amazing, like, he's got his own business and he's running and he's just so strong mentally and physically. When really, at the end of the day, sometimes that strength comes from insecurity. The insecurity of not feeling that you are good enough to take a day off, that you are not talented enough to not take a day easy or cross train, because I've never been told that, so even as a junior I wasn't great either, and it was only until I was the year of 2015 where I actually thought, wow, maybe I could be something. But moving to America kind of put a span on that works. But again, it's my choice to always keep pushing, always. I never know when enough's enough. Again, that's the gift and the curse of that mentality. Sorry, I've got a wee bit of a cold. I'm not crying. It's hay fever season in the winter. But yeah, I feel like I need to share this because I don't know. It's been cutting me up since it happened. Everybody asking how did I do? How did I get on? Because I wasn't on the results, and the reason I wasn't on the results was because actually 4 days out before the race on the Thursday, I wasn't even in the race, even though I asked to be in the race in July. So I thought I'd been in the race since July, but it turned out 4 days before I wasn't even on the entry list. So that was like, basically, Valencia was a shit show from start to finish in terms of the week leading up to it. Everything before that, all the training and stuff, was absolutely amazing, but just Valencia, the week leading up, the chest infection, the struggle, knowing that I had a chest infection, trying to cover it up, and then also still trying to train through it, probably made it worse. Coughing up the blood and the mucus, probably strained my throat or whatever. Yeah, people keep asking, why did you race? I put all that training in, all that time, all that effort. At least wanted to go and get something from it. Is that not, would other people not do that? I feel other people would do that. I feel as if I'm not the only one that would do that. But yeah, I just want to let you know that, like, I'll keep putting these podcasts out if they get good listen to. You enjoy that, you're related to it, or even never related to it in terms of like running, but that that you're going through a struggle, but you perceive, maybe you look at other people and you think that they've got everything, they've got their shit together and they feel that you've got life figured out and all that. But see, to be honest, nobody has life figured out. Nobody. It's just that they make quick, concise, clinical decisions in a quick, they don't think about it and it pays off. But sometimes it doesn't. But then what you do is you learn from that, and the next time that happens, you make that quick decision again and go the other way, which then makes you look successful or seem successful in the eyes of other people. And success is different to different people, the same way what's healthy, what's fit, what's healthy eating. Everybody's got their own definition of success. So yeah, just a semi-long, semi-short podcast, just to, first one, don't want to go too long. I mean, almost 30 minutes. It's a long time to be talking. I thought I was going to be babbling on for about an hour anyway, but yeah, if you've got any questions that you want me to answer, then ask me. Ask me through Messenger, ask me through Instagram, ask me through my email address. Everything's on there, like the Fontana Fit. When you type into Google, it's got my website, it's got my email address. So, I'm out there for anybody to ask questions. Don't be scared, because like I've just told you just now, somebody that you may have thought that has everything going on and going for them, but and so strong-minded and strong-willed, can even have dark days and dark times. The best of us have it. Like, don't think you're the only one. So hopefully, if I've just helped one person actually take a big deep breath in and breathe out, and sort of their chest feels lighter, this first podcast has done its job. Even I fuck up, but it's how you come back from this. 3-4 days later, I put my entry into London, it got accepted. I'm going to get my revenge. Success is the best revenge. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. It's a Sunday, it's the 29th of December. Hope you've had a good festive period. Spent it with your family, your friends, revise your goals for the new year. I'd say get them done right now, right fucking now. Don't wait till the first, don't wait till the second, because you're going to put it off anyway. So you're going to get pissed as fuck. You're going to get fucked up, and then you're going to go on the first, no, I can't go to the gym, or maybe tomorrow. Stop it, alright? You're going to have a party or whatever, you're going to stay up late, get the bells coming in. Just start now. Like, just after you listen to this, just start fucking now. Like, stop beating around the bush, stop procrastinating, stop, just putting things off. Do it now. Alright? Well, I hope this motivated you. I hope this lit a fire up to light the candle. And I'll speak to you all soon. See ya!